Shalom, family. So I'm reading the book of Second Esdras, right? And so this starts off with the Most High is talking to Esdras. He's talking to Ezra, and where is it at? He says, the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, "Go declare to my people their evil deeds, and to their children the iniquities that they have committed against me, so that they may tell their children's children that the sins of their parents have increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered sacrifices to strange gods. Was it not I who brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage? But they have angered me and despised my counsels. Now you pull out the hair of your head and hurl all evils upon them, for they have not obeyed my law. They are a rebellious people. How long shall I endure them, on whom I have bestowed such great benefits? For their sake I have overthrown many kings. I struck down Pharaoh with his servants and all his army. I destroyed all nations before them, and scattered in the east the peoples of two provinces, Tyre and Sidon. I killed all their enemies. But speak to them and say, Thus says Yahuwah, surely it was I who brought you through the sea, and made safe highways for you where there was no road. I gave you Moses as a leader, and Aaron the priest as priest. I provided light for you from a pillar of fire, and did great wonders among you. Yet you have forgotten me, says Yahuwah." So listen. So first of all, the Most High is telling Ezra to go tell the people their evil deeds. So first of all, that's something that we have a problem with in this day and age. The Most High will tell the prophet, he'll tell his servants, he'll tell people to go and tell the people their evil deeds that they're doing against the Most High. Go tell them how the Most High is saying, go tell them how they are offending me. Like they're offending me. Maybe they tripping. Maybe they don't realize it. Maybe go let them know that I said that I'm offended at their works, And then the Most High starts to talk about, after all the benefits that I've bestowed upon you, after, he starts naming all the things that he has done for them. So I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship or had a friend or a job, a boss or whatever the case may be, clients, whatever the case may be, where you get to a point, you do things out of the love of your heart, right? You do things because you feel inclined to do them. You're not counting the cost. You're just showing love. You're doing things out of your desire to do so. But when you get to such a certain point with a person where there's no appreciation being shown, you get to that tipping point when you start saying what you've done for the person, and when you have to start saying to a person, after all I've done for you, and don't you see how I do this and do that? It's like once you get to that point of a relationship, the relationship is pretty much a wrap. It's pretty much like you're fed up, when you have to say it. In a healthy relationship, the person themselves will acknowledge you and what you've done. There's a healthy level of, I appreciate you. I recognize that you did this. There's an acknowledgement from the person to you, and there's no desire in you to bring up. You do it and you forget it. When you're really in a place in your heart where you have a healthy relationship, like you do things and you're not thinking about it. You forget. I've been in different connections with people where like I do something and like completely forget about it, and they might bring it up a year later and I'm like, I didn't do that. They're like, yes you did. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. So that's how it should be, where it's just there's such a flow of give and take and love and acknowledgement and appreciation of each other, where you're not even cognizant of you're not cognizant of that. But when you get to a point where it's like, well, wait a minute, like you acting like you treat me like I'm somebody who's not sitting here taking care of you or doing this, doing that, whether it's it could be parents, it could be whatever. But when I was reading this, I'm like, the Most High is at this point where he is out of his mouth proclaiming the goodness that he has done to them. And like that's so completely out of order for us to be in a position where the Most High has to remind us of his goodness. Where when you see in places in scripture where people are speaking righteously, the people are proclaiming the goodness of the Most High. The Most High said to proclaim His name. What does it mean to proclaim the Most High's name? You're declaring His character, His fame, His reputation, His goodness. We are supposed to declare that and put that out in the earth. We're supposed to be speaking of how great the Most High is, and responding to that by giving Him those praises, and responding by living a life of obedience, and living a life that is a reflection of the good things that the Most High has done, right? So it is for us to do that, not for the, and Most High is supposed to just be able to receive that. That's supposed to arise to Him as a sweet smelling aroma, a fragrance that goes up to Him, right? Through worship, through prayer, through obedience, through all these things. But when it gets to the point where the Most High is looking down and all He's getting is a stench of evil deeds, and He got to tell one of us to go tell another one of us, like, go tell them that they being evil, and the Most High has to remind of all the great things that He's done. Like, it's a wrap, and we know that the time period that this is dealing with, it's a wrap. The people, the people are going to be in captivity. Today we're in our place of land of captivity. Our people are suffering and dealing with the after effects of not acknowledging and proclaiming the goodness of the Most High, taking it for granted, not appreciating the gifts that He's given us, in the gifts of salvation that He's given us, the gifts of saving us out of saved us, our people, out of Egypt. He provided a land. He provided everything that we needed, and we have not acknowledged Him through our obedience, and through our speech, and through our taking on His name, not in vain, but living out as if we are in the family of YAH. So yes, I'm reading this in second Esdras, and this is just in chapter 1. I was reading through Esdras, and through the book second Esdras, and like is recommended reading, especially for the time that we're in right now. Recommended reading. Definitely will give you some eye-opening moments in here. Let me finish reading. I'm gonna finish reading this chapter here. Verse 15 says, "Thus says Yahweh Almighty, the quails were assigned to you. I gave you camps for your protection, and in them you complained. You have not exulted in my name at the destruction of your enemies, but to this day you still complain. Where are the benefits that I bestowed on you? When you were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did you not cry out to me, saying, why have you led us into this wilderness to kill us? It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. I pitied your groanings and gave you manna for food. You ate the bread of angels. When you were thirsty, did I not split the rock so that water flowed in abundance? Because of the heat, I clothed you with the leaves of trees. I divided fertile lands among you. I drove out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines before you. What more can I do for you, says Yahweh? Thus says Yahweh Almighty, when you were in the wilderness at the bitter stream, thirsty and blaspheming my name, I did not send fire on you for your blasphemies, but threw a tree into the water and made the stream sweet. What shall I do to you, O Jacob, O Jacob? You, Judah, would not obey me. I will turn to other nations and will give them my name, so that they may keep my statutes. Because you have forsaken me, I also will forsake you. When you beg mercy of me, I will show you no mercy. When you call to me, I will not listen to you. For you have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit murder. It is not as though you had forsaken me. You have forsaken yourselves, says Yahweh. This thing goes hard. The Most High be going hard, and people don't teach stuff like this. Thus says Yahweh Almighty, have I not entreated you as a father entreats his sons, or a mother her daughters, or a nurse her children, so that you should be my people, and I should be your Elohim, and that you should be my children, and I should be your father. I gathered you as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings. But now, what shall I do to you? I will cast you out from my presence. When you offer oblations to me, I will turn my face from you. For I have rejected your festal days and new moons and circumcisions of the flesh. I sent you my servants, the prophets, but you have taken and killed them and torn their bodies in pieces. I will require their blood of you, says Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh Almighty, your house is desolate. I will drive you out as the wind drives straw, and your sons will have no children, because with you they have neglected my commandment, and have done what is evil in my sight. I will give your houses to a people that will come, who without having heard me, I will give your houses to a people that will come, who without having heard me will believe. Those to whom I have shown no signs will do what I have commanded. They have seen no prophets, yet will recall their former state. I call to witness the gratitude of the people that is to come, whose children rejoice with gladness. Though they do not see me with bodily eyes, yet with the Spirit they will believe the things I have said. He says that you saw with your own eyes the wonders that I've done. I did it here. You saw me. But I'm going to take this from you because there's no appreciation, there's no gratitude, and I'm going to give it to a people who, having not seen any of this, are going to believe, are going to rejoice with gladness, who have not even seen or experienced the things that you have. With their spirit, they're going to believe it. And now, Father, look with pride and see the people coming from the east. To them I will give as leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea, Amos, and Micah, Joel, Obadiah, and Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, who is also called the messenger of Yahweh. My goodness. My goodness. And did not the Most High do as he said? Did he not take all those things from Yisrael? Did he not take those things from Yisrael and give it to the nations? And did not those among the nations? So among the nations, you have the wicked among the nations who have defiled the things of the Most High. But then you have the righteous amongst the nations who believe to this day, who believe, hear and believe and embrace the salvation of the Most High. You go to other nations of people, and they'll embrace this, the portion that they've been given. They embrace the gospel of Yahusha that they call Jesus Christ. They embrace the word of Yah as they have it. The portion of that has been given unto them to take on. They take it on with gladness and joy. And we as a people, we still, it's amazing to me, we still fall on both sides of this. Amongst our people, there are those of us who fit the prophecy of, who fit the portion of this of still taking on that lack of gratitude, not appreciating. We complain. We don't appreciate what the Most High has done to us. The fact that he's brought us this far and brought us to where we are and preserved us throughout all these generations of captivity. He still preserved his seed and his word in us to bring us back to him, to bring us back to his truth. But we still don't want to obey. We still are the same as our ancestors. But then amongst us, it's amazing that he says that, he's going to give us with our spirit to believe the things, because as we're reading, those of us who believe, as we are reading these things in the scriptures, we have not experienced this. We did not see the Red Sea part. We did not see, any of these things take place with our own eyes, but he's given us a spirit to believe it and to trust in it and to know it, as far detached from that time period that we are, and not having seen these signs, in our time. He's given us a spirit to believe and to latch on to him. So we see both of these portions amongst our people even today. And the word of the Most High is true, and he does what he says he's going to do, and we're going to see the full manifestation of what he's said that he's going to do. But I just wanted to share that. That's just the first chapter of 2nd Esdras, and I recommend reading it. It's in the Apocrypha. I have this one with me today. This version of it. I also have the King James one, the smaller red book, Second Esdras. And I'm telling you, these books that they take out is off the chain, and it's things that speak directly to us as a people, the Hebrew people. Something that it speaks directly to us specifically. Things that we need to hear, things that we need to know, perspectives that we need to understand and embrace. So I just wanted to share that. I have a whole lot more I wanted to share, but I just wanted to get that out. And shalom.